there.
Welcome
back to the Whale Channel. I'm Aoife.
Jesus, and I'm Dee.
That was terrible. Do you want to do that again?
Please.
Whale, hello there. Welcome back to the Whale Channel. I'm Aoife.
And I'm Dee.
We're still in lockdown.
No. Slap it. We have some serious things to talk about. So,
Glasses are going on.
what is the important thing we're talking about?
How Disney is going to be different after the last 2020 into 2021. What's going to be different that's not going to make it as fun?
Our post-COVID concerns. And I know we're not allowed to say that word.
But we're not monetized anyway, so who cares?
Gotta take these off. But, oh, you're wearing ears, sorry.
I'm wearing ears to make it feel less sad. I'm also wearing my I'm done adulting, I'm going to Disney t-shirt because I just want to go Disney.
Ah, man. We all know, we love Disney. I finally got Aoife to come with me to Florida. She's 100% on this train. We were gonna like hoot hoot all the way through 2020. I was gonna bully her to go to the party. It was gonna happen, and then COVID happened.
And to be honest, when we're filming this, we should be in Texas because that was the plan. And the world is ending in Texas.
Yeah, so really, maybe it worked out for the better for that way. But since everything has gone down, obviously,
there's been changes.
Very sad. There's been so many changes. Disney made a lot of cuts, some very bad cuts, I would say.
Like, I feel very sorry for anyone who has lost their job, and I really hope and hold out hope that when we get to the other side of this, they'll have an opportunity to get their jobs back if they want them. They may have gotten something else in between. I really hope they have.
The idea that Disney are like cutting off all this magic to save money is kind of like breaking my heart every time I read a news article.
And you know what makes me really annoyed? They've only made like a 2% loss when you look at the film side of it. So it's not that there's not money there.
Could they not just be like, the parks, we didn't make our money? Because normally the parks is the most profitable thing for the Walt Disney Company, that and the movies. The parks do really well. They make a lot of money from people visiting all over the world in the 6 parks, and I know it's so sad that all of them at some point were closed.
Yeah, like it's really weird to see that so many things shut and you're not sure if they're going to reopen again. I do think all the parks will reopen, but I do think it won't be the same, at least initially.
Yeah, agreed. But the main concerns we have now is, we've talked about this so many times, is in the realms of Walt Disney World. Because obviously Paris, we don't have a ton of experience, we have a little bit, but it's very easy to like change around. California, we never stay on site. I stayed on site once and it was a disaster, so I'm never going back. But with Walt Disney World, they're really making the enticement of staying on site, it's not as effective anymore. Like, we were talking about getting a villa next time we go because there's no real point or benefit,
at least as things stand right now, to staying on site. Like, one of the first things is that they're taking away the Magical Express, which is going to put it, like, I assume they're going to put something in place of it, and you will have that train eventually to Disney Springs, but it's going to put an added cost on you to get to the parks and to get to the resorts.
And even if they do have a deal with the train, that the train will go straight to Disney Springs, you're gonna then have to get from Disney Springs to your resort with all of your bags, and that's hard to do. So unless they have another internal thing aside from the main buses to get you to your resort, I don't think it's gonna work.
Like, you plus all your bags on those buses that are very busy 90% of the time is not going to be fun. It's one thing us saying it's not going to be fun. If you think of a family going with kids, it's going to be even less fun.
If you go with 2 kids under 10, oof, and 3 kids under 10, oof.
And you're talking buggies and extra bags, and someone's cranky and someone's tired and someone's hungry and all that. Like, we're 3 grown adults who will find it hard. You can't really decide how much a family is going to struggle without the Magical Express being there.
But obviously the Magical Express only came to Disney in 2003, I think. So technically it's kind of young. It's not like it's been there always, but so many people have gotten used to it that Disney really need to come up with a clever solution or a clever alternative.
Yeah, I do think that there will be an alternative and there will be a solution, but you know, at the moment, if it went tomorrow, your alternative is minivans, and that's gonna cost you huge money.
They're gone. Minivans are gone. They went before.
Well, minivans are gone in the current climate, but they will come back 6 months down the line, and if the Magical Express wasn't there, they're expensive to get to your hotel from the airport. So I think Disney really need to figure it out. And then we go to staying on site, and so many of the hotels at the moment are closed, hoping that they reopen again. But are the prices going to go up hugely? You know, because they've upgraded them.
The prices on average go up 5% every year, between 5 and 15% every year, which is a lot. Obviously, Disney are a corporation, they want to make money, they're in it for the profit, but the prices are going up. You now have to pay for parking. You now don't get your magic bands, which was another benefit. So what is the point of staying on site? You literally could get everything you get at a Disney resort, bar the Disney Magic, in somewhere on International Drive, and just pay the $20 for an Uber or pay the $20 parking fee, because you're going to be paying it anyway if you stay on site in Disney with a car.
And I think the thing is that those hotels that are in the vicinity of Disney are going to see an increase in people staying there, and maybe they'll start adding a little bit of Disney magic. I know it won't be the same, but like, it would be a really good business model for them to have a little bit of magic there.
Well, all of the Disney Springs based hotels, so like the Waldorf or the Hilton around Disney Springs, they all get access to the fast passes at 30 days. So they still have that perk that you would normally get from staying on site. Talking about the on site, that may be the only perk that stays, because they have also gotten rid of extra magical hours and extra magical evenings, which boils my blood.
I think they will.
Which I don't think they will, because there's an alternative.
I think they will bring that back. I don't think that they'll leave that gone, purely because it's easier to get people who are staying on site into the resort early. And when we get to the other side of all this, they're going to have bigger crowds. And purely from a crowd control point of view, I think they will bring it back, because that means they'll already have those resort guests in there. And even if they still do the booking system, it will make more sense to get those people in before the on-site people arrive. It'll just make their lives easier to get people in quicker. And the longer you're in there, the more money you spend.
Yes, dude, but this is the issue. Extra magical hours is no more. Instead, of they're doing, resort guests can get in 30 minutes beforehand like they do in Tokyo, which means they're gone. Extra magical hours are gone. They're gonna keep with that, with the crowd control you're talking about. I don't think so. I think this is the new way they're doing it, to open the park half an hour before everyone.
I don't think so. I think they'll bring them back.
Maybe they'll have extra evenings, but I think they're gonna start charging people for the after hour events instead of the extra magical evenings.
Well, to be honest, if they put on more after hours events, that could work for people as well, in that they just do those and they don't buy their 2-week tickets.
But that's what I mean. That's then there's no benefit of staying on site. You might as well just stay off site and pay, technically, let's be honest, a fraction of the price to get everything done in Magic Kingdom.
I don't know. I think there will be some of those things coming back. I think there will be some extra magical hours coming back, be it mornings or evenings. While yes, Magic Kingdom and after hours event is very appealing, I don't think it's as appealing for other parks. I don't think that they'll sell the same level to the likes of Epcot and Animal Kingdom. And they will for Hollywood Studios for a while, for the Star Wars buzz, but I don't think that's going to last. So I don't know long term if after hours events would be that profitable. Maybe in the short term when they open first, but I don't think in the long term.
It just is another reason why it may not be worth staying outside.
And then you have to think about dining plan. Is dining plan going to come back? Free dining, sorry, clarify, is free dining going to come back? I know Americans don't get to benefit from this, but let's be fair, we're looking at it from an Irish point of view.
Well, Americans do get free dining, but it only happens once a year for a small window. I think dining and free dining will come back once everything goes back to normal, because it's the most profitable thing for Disney, because most people don't use their credits. Most people leave stuff.
But will the restaurants sign up for it?
I would say so. This is talking about when everything's back to normal. Like, this isn't saying that the restaurants won't open up again.
No, this is saying when they open up and crowd levels are back to normal. Are they going to? Or are they going to say, well, no, people will come anyway and pay for dinner and we'll make more money?
Normally with the dining plan, people are more likely to put on extras. They're more likely to buy, like, have another cocktail after their free cocktail or alcoholic beverage they have. So they tend to get more money through that, through tips and things. So there is a benefit for them, and every restaurant gets paid like a blanket charge for a dining credit from Disney. And it is, at the end of the day, it encourages people to stay on site instead of just being like, oh, we'll just head off and go to like Taco Bell or Miller's on International Drive or Bahama Breeze. It's keeping people in the bubble, and people will pay more.
I just don't know if you're going for the free dining anyway. I have a funny feeling that the paid dining plan will stay the same, but I have a funny feeling they'll put restrictions on the free dining plan that certain restaurants aren't on it.
But like, I don't think they'll be able to distinguish between a free dining and normal dining. Like, that's way too much work.
Yeah, see, I think they will. I think they will distinguish between them, that there'll be restrictions on your reservation that you can't book these under dining plan.
I don't think they will. I think they would prefer to have everything, to bring dining plan back, that'll be the same. Like, it might be that dining plan comes back, but no free dining until like 2024 or something.
Oh, I can see that happening, definitely.
But I can't see them putting restrictions on free dining, because it's something they're offering to try to get you to stay on site. So why would they offer you something for free and then go, but no?
Because some of the restaurants aren't Disney restaurants and they just might not sign up to it.
Well, then they're not on the Disney plan. They can't opt out of free dining.
Well, I don't know. I can see it happening. I can see it happening because I can see how much money those restaurants have lost, that they're not willing to do the flat rate for free dining. Because I do think people who get the free dining take advantage of it more if they've planned properly. So it could be even that they've time restrictions or something when you're on the free dining. I can just see free dining having more restrictions than it does now in comparison to paid dining plan.
Well, I still don't think they'd be able to distinguish. I don't think it'd be fair for them to distinguish between dining and free dining.
When has Disney ever been fair?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, if they did distinguish between dining and free dining, it's like, why bother when you can get everything for cheaper anyway? Like, you're still spending money on the dining plan by paying the premium for the rooms, when you can literally stay in the Rosen Inn for like 144 for the week.
But I think the thing is, we're looking at it from our perspective of, we take advantage of where we go and things like that. I don't think families would have a huge issue with that, because I can't see them going to the really fancy places. Like, they're going to be just as happy going to Homecoming and getting fried chicken as they are going to one of the others that's almost a quick service but not really. I don't think they're going to be people going to Topolino's and stuff if you have a family of kids.
No, you'd be more so going to T-Rex or the the Rainforest Cafe, but they're cheaper entrees, so they tend to do quite well being on the dining plan. It's always places like Homecoming or Morimoto that take a while to get onto the dining plan because they charge that extra.
Yeah, but then I think that people won't really care if they're not on it, because those families that are going aren't going to use those as much. So that's the ones I think that will have restrictions on them.
I just think they won't join if they are worried about pricing.
Yeah, but you see, that to us, as us going, that would make it not worth it for us, where families would still see it as worth it.
I'd never pay for dining out of pocket. It's not worth it at all, in any way, shape or form. Not even worth the convenience, just pay it out of pocket.
But yeah, I do think we're going to see a lot of changes. I also think the prices are going to skyrocket for things like snacks and drinks and things like that, because they're going to want to claw back a lot of money.
Well, if you think about it as well, with the 50th anniversary coming up, we knew they were going to up the prices for that, for everything. Now, because there's been such a loss in the year before, they're going to try to reap the extra, because they know people are going to want to go to the parks during those 18 months.
Well, the thing is, we know now that the 50th anniversary celebration is going to be going on for 18 months. So they're extending how long that's lasting to get as much money and as many people on site to do with that. I think we're going to see an awful lot more limited edition ears and loungeflies and all of those. And I think the price of those will be phenomenal, just because it's the 50th.
Alright, if you look at Disney merchandise since the time we've started this channel, which was about 4 years ago, the way merchandise is done,
dude,
has completely changed.
Dude.
Yeah?
It's not 4 years. It's closer to 6.
Grim. I don't think it's 6.
It's it's heading closer to 6 than it is 4.
But anyway, the world of merchandise has completely changed. It's a lot more adult driven now. There's a lot more collector's items than there used to be. The ears, you used to just be able to get sparkly, basic mini, and then 1 or 2. Now they're releasing brand new base ears every month, and then limited edition on top of that, and then limited teddies, limited pins, limited bags.
I do think that they need to chill a little bit. Now I know there'll be a lot of the 50th anniversary stuff that will come out, but I do think if they're going to do a huge collection of 50th anniversary stuff over the 18 months, they need to chill with other things.
But they're all kind of the new things that we know that Disney are changing, and we know that Disney have taken away. I do hope that they bring back all of the live entertainment, which everything goes back, because Hollywood Studios is not Hollywood Studios without the citizens of Hollywood Studios.
I think all of the live across all of the parks, I think it will be a struggle to bring back all of the live shows, because the idea of being in a room with so many people and singing and dancing and sitting on top of each other will take a long time to come back, and I think a long time before people will feel safe going to things like that. But I really hope they put some kind of a plan in place, or maybe do more of things like your Dapper Dans and things like that you get to see performers just out and about in the parks.
Yeah, so like the citizens of Hollywood. Like those type of interactive, fun, little magical scatters around the park I think are much more needed.
Yeah.
Because as Aoife was saying, people aren't going to want to sit in to like the Little Mermaid in Hollywood Studios and be tightly around people.
I think it'll be a while before people are back to being comfortable with that. So I do think they need to look and see how can we bring the performance side that people love to other parts of the park. And you know, I think you do get a little bit of a joy out of coming across those kind of performers as you're walking around, more than I've just queued for an hour and a half to go into the Lion King show. But if you just come around a corner and there's somebody, you know, performing on the street, be it singing, be it some kind of an interaction, be it comedy, it tends to just be a little bit more joyful in my eyes. You weren't expecting it, so you really appreciate it.
Like walking down Hollywood Studios and having one of the citizens of Hollywood just coming up and being like, ooh, what's in the bag? Because my dad had this super fun interaction with one of them before. I'll add a little clip in here.
Where are you from? You talk so good. Me, fancy. Where do you live? Are you a little leprechaun?
But that's the Disney magic. That's why people pay the premium to go to Disney, to spend time with the cast members. So I just really want Disney to remember that the magic is in the cast members. It isn't in the structures.
Yeah, and another one I thought, because I know it's hard to do meet and greets, but when you look at like over in Epcot, the way Alice is doing her meet and greet, I think there needs to be more like that.
I really want them to continue those.
Yeah, I think there needs to be more like that, because people feel more it's an interaction. Some of the joy does get taken away when you've stood in a queue for an hour and a half to get into it.
Whereas like if it's literally just a character spotting, like Winnie the Pooh's over there chasing butterflies, that's so cute, and that is literally Disney. Have the princesses coming through in a cavalier, whatever they're called.
The cavalcades. And I do like the idea of the impromptu cavalcade. The impromptu, I know they're not really parades at the moment, but where it's not timed, that you just kind of come across it.
I think they kind of add a bit of magic back to Disney, and I really, really want them to keep that, especially like in Animal Kingdom, that they're using the barges again. Genius. Please keep that.
And you don't know when it's going to happen. It's not a case that someone's queuing and taking all the good spots. It's you happen to be going by and go, oh my god, look. And it's just a little bit more magical.
Keep those, Disney. That'd be great.
And we expect a 0.1% commission for these ideas.
Yeah, like obviously we can only speak for our concerns with going back to the park.
If you guys have any concerns, head on over to our Instagram. The day that this is posted, we'll pop up a little question and see do you guys have any concerns, and see if you have any different ones to us. It's at whale_pod_.
These are all obviously our concerns for going back into the park, because we really were so close to the closing of it when we went last February. Thank the Lord that we left before poop hit the spinning metal piece.
I think that's why we're kind of so concerned, because we had that Disney experience so close to everything changing that we don't know if we're going to get the same experience when we go back.
Some things from this have turned out better. I think people are a lot more conscious of people's space. They're a lot more courteous. People wear masks.
I do still think that going to Disney will be a pleasant experience. I think anything that we've talked about in this video is kind of secondary to what the Disney magic is all about. It's the little logistics things that might be different and you might have to think about your trip differently. But it won't take away from standing on Main Street watching the fireworks. That will still be there and you'll still get that feeling when you watch things like that. I can't see that base level of magic changing.
Realistically, all of our concerns about the park are more so about the resorts, if it's any worth staying on site anymore. I still think going to Disney will be worth it. I think Disney in the parks, they're trying to create that magical bubble as much as they can. I'm just not sure about the resorts, and I would prefer to spend my money on things I know I'll super enjoy rather than paying to have a premium of something that isn't as good as it used to be. That makes sense?
And the good news for you guys is that you can come back here and check it out, because I can guarantee we will be going and we will be testing out all these things and we'll be seeing whether it's worth the price or what the best way of doing it is. With the announcement that the 50th anniversary is going to be 18 months, we're hoping that we will get there.
Mark my words, I am going to the park to see them lit up. Me.
Well, you see, this is the thing. This is our concern. Is it going to be feasible financially to do it?
I will go.
But that's what we're going to find out for you guys, and you will have the research here.
Yeah, we were planning on next time we were going, I'm doing a plan with us thing. This will be a lot more interesting and a lot more fun. We're going to weigh up literally every single option, but God knows when we can go. Just, you know, hook that vaccine into my veins so I can go have a mint julep sitting on the hub. That's all I want.
A mint julep sitting on the Hulk?
Hub.
I heard the Hulk and I was like, different parks, dude.
No, sitting in the hub. You know that nice big green bit of grass sitting in front of the castle? That's just nice. This is the hub.
Oh yeah, I know that it is. I just heard Hulk and was like, that doesn't sound right.
Also, I want to go back so I can go on like Hagrid's, because we still haven't gone on Hagrid's, which I think is not okay.
I just want to get a spring roll.
That too.
But yeah, the good news is that we're probably going to have the chance to go to the 50th anniversary. We've seen the pictures, we've seen the new costumes that are coming out for Mickey and Minnie for the celebrations. It looks amazing.
Dude, I know when they release, if they release any of the merch online on the Shop Disney website, personal shopper, here I come, because my two favorite colors are purple and teal, which are the colors of the 50th anniversary. So I'm going to love 99% of stuff, and I know that. I just know that.
Well, the good thing is that you guys will get all the information here first, so don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and pop on those notifications as we start going through the planning phase. When we know that we may be able to get on a plane and head over, we will start filming videos for you so that you know what's good, what's not, what news there is there, and what we find out as we go along through planning.
The very first place you are going to see anything about that news is on our social media, which is @whale_pod_. So head over there, give us a follow, send us a DM and say, hey, these are my Disney concerns, and we'll have the chats.
And never be afraid that if you are planning a trip, to send us a message if you need any kind of advice. If we don't know the answer, we might know where you can find us, and we're very happy to engage with you guys on things like that. But with that being said, we are off.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you next time, and
we will see you on the other side.
Bye!
Bye!